Hello, everybody. Welcome back, or welcome to, I should say, my little series I've been doing over the last few days. The oddly satisfying crafted weapons for Destiny 2. All these weapons are still acquirable in game, and it's also Xur Day today as well. And he's at the tower at the moment. So let's go ahead, say hi to our buddy Xur. So you can, like I mentioned in the first episode, you can talk to Banshee to get your cells on the targeted redaction, which is a craftable hand cannon. You can just get yourself 5 of those and you're good to go. Oh, it's loading. Kitten, do not break anything. Whoa, okay. There's a lot of people right next to Xur, so he must have some good stuff this time through. So, let's talk to our buddy Xur. So he's got the Assassin's Cowl. He's got the Assassin's Cowl, Ethyre's Embrace, Doomfang Pauldrons, Cuirass of the Falling Star, or is Cuirass or Cuirass? Whatever. Then we have the Transversal Steps for the Warlock. We got the whatever Briara Binds or something. My dyslexia is kicking in hard with that one. And then you have your exotic class items, so Solipsis, so on and so forth. Let's take a look at the more strange offers. So nothing too crazy this week, just your regular old Ascendant alloys, some enhancement cores, glimmer, and some raid banners for you to peruse and purchase. Now let's go to the strange gear offerings. So he is selling a Hawkmoon. Let's take a look at this roll. I'm not sure if it's a good roll. I don't really use the Hawkmoon myself, so I'm not sure what's considered a good roll or not. But if this is a good roll, this is the roll he's selling this week. He's also got Sweet Business, the Fighting Lion, and the Colony, as well as the Cold Heart Catalyst and the Huckleberry Catalyst. And then down here you have your legendary weapon offered this week. We have the Liturgy. This is from Season of the Revenant, I think. Episodes Revenant. So this is the roll you got with that. So little double fire grenade launcher. Kind of cute. You have the ignition code. I swear, this is like the second or third week in the row he's sold this ignition code. This is an enhanceable weapon, though. He's also selling the Cold Denial pulse rifle. Paracausal fluid, okay. Game bonus, handling, and mobility. Oh, sword. Okay, interesting. Then we have the brass attacks. Quaint little sidearm. Looks like a little pocket pistol. Actually, no, it kind of looks like with this little thing right here, kind of looks like the Luger. Oh wait, not the Luger. What am I saying? That other one, the Ruger. Then we got the annual skate. Oh, so it's a Ceros hand cannon. This should work well with the Ceros armor set they have in game right now. And this one doesn't really have an origin trait except time payload. Now that is weird. Then we have the Mindbender's Ambition. It's a shotgun. Nice. Aggressive frame. With Pugilist, which is pretty cool. Fragile Focus. Stunning Recovery. Starting Champions refills your magazine, triggering health regeneration and improves recovery for a short duration. Oh, voice crack. That's actually pretty cool. That's actually really cool. Let's see, and then we also have the Vanguard Vindication. Final blows with this weapon grant a small amount of health. So, a good, like, healing shotgun. Then we have the 7th Seraph Saw. Looks pretty cool. Oh, we have the Watchful Eye, which was a pretty decent machine gun from episode Heresy. And you also have the Temptations Hook, which is a caster frame. Coming with Tireless Blade and Assassin's Blade, as well as the radial paracausal fluid, also called a radial iron fluid. So yeah, that's it for Xur. And as always, you could buy these strange weapon anagrams to unlock, because you can get crafted weapons dropping from these, even if you don't get one with a red border. Red borders will drop from this as well. So let's go ahead and test our luck, shall we? Oh, Blood Feud, nice. I think that one might be craftable.
On exchange. If the Nine wanted this, you would not have it.
Yep, see, look, see this trace rifle? That's a craftable trace rifle. Okay, well, let me go talk to the postmaster real quick. Empty him out a little bit. Yep, see? The Blood Feud is a craftable weapon. Any of these, that's not craftable. Not craftable, not craftable, not craftable, not craftable, not craftable. This one's craftable, but I already got it, so let's go ahead, dismantle all this stuff. I won't dismantle the Blood Feud though, so I gotta be careful I don't accidentally break that. There we go. So we should have some space now in our postmaster to continue rolling the dice over here at the Zur. I'm hoping to get at least a tarnished metal, or the no reprieve, red border variant of that, or at least just a spare one of those. Just so the next time he is selling a deep state harmonizer, I can, use it. So let's go ahead, keep trying our luck.
I am an agent of the Nine.
First, let's pick up this.
It is yours now.
And that's basically it.
I hope to be here again.
Let's go ahead and dismantle all this stuff.
A sun is a necessary part of a solar system.
And now let's go ahead and dismantle all these. There we go.
My movements are to a significant degree dependent on planetary alignments.
There we go. So we did a little bit of housekeeping. And right now is actually a good time to be hitting up Zur and especially baking all those cookies, because you get a lot of strange coins for like selling big batches of cookies. You can make more cookies and you can make more strange coins an hour just baking the cookies right now than you could in just grinding for that same hour.
How can I help? Checking.
Okay, not craftable, so not interested. Not craftable, so not interested. Not craftable, so not interested. I'm taking you though, Blood Feud, because I will store you in the vault for later use. There we go. Speaking of, how many dining ingredients do I have?
We must raise our light.
Okay, I need quite a bit of Essence of Dawning. So anyway, that's like the quick Zur update. Oh yeah, right. I do want to still do a always satisfying weapon review. So let's go ahead and make our way to the wonderful little enclave so we could go ahead and get our hands on the weapon I want to show off today, because yes, last episode I showed off the heavy pulse rifle and the sniper rifle from Yomuna. What are we going to do with you, kitten? So let's see. To be honest with you, I haven't really used many of the other crafted weapons aside from like the main ones that are oftentimes just used. So I think we could cover the no hesitation. You know what? Let's cover both the bold ending and the no hesitation. Let me go to my sniper rifles. So, first things first, let's go to our hand cannons and make the bold ending. It's a heavy burst, and you got yourselves polygonal rifling, extended barrel, chambered compensator, small bore, corkscrew, full bore, fluted barrel, arrowhead brake, and hammer forged rifling. So you got your pretty good array of barrel parts here. They all work well. Let's go with the extended barrel. You got steady rounds, you have alloyed magazine, you have appended mags, flared mag well, extended mags, tac mag, and accurized rounds. Let's go ahead and increase that stability stat. You got attrition orbs, defeating, dealing sustained damage creates an orb of power. You also have strategist, final blows with this weapon grant class ability energy. Activating your class ability briefly provides this weapon, improves this weapon's stability. You got air trigger. You got to the pain. With this weapon, while this weapon is equipped, taking damage increases handling and aim assists until the weapon is stowed. Taking more damage increases the effect. You got headstone, which is a good perk to have on most of these stasis weapons, because you can, especially if you want to do like a shatter build or something like that, you could do some pretty cool things. So yeah, you got headstone, precision final blows, spawn a stasis crystal at the victim's location. You also have spare change, loose change. Applying an elemental debuff to a target increases weapons reload speed, aim assist, and movement while aiming down sights for a short duration. And you also have rapid hit. Rapid precision hits temporarily increase stability and reload. So let's go with the strategist. And then over here you got demolitionist. Kills with this weapon grant grenade energy. Activating your grenade ability reloads this weapon from reserves. You also have desperate measures. Weapon final blows grant bonus damage. Melee and grenade final blows grant a large damage bonus that can stack. You also have dragonfly, so you can do headstone dragonfly, which is a pretty good wombo combo. You also have moving target. You also have collective action, collecting elemental pickups or throwing strand tangles grants stacking period of increased damage. You got golden tricorn. Final blows of this weapon grant bonus damage while the buff is active. Grenade or melee kills of the same damage type greatly increase the damage and duration. So pretty good perk there. And then you have Eye of the Storm. This weapon becomes more accurate. And boosts handling as your health gets lower. So let's go ahead. Wait, hold up. Okay, so I was about to say no way that grenade kills will reload from reserves. So we got ourselves the bold endings. You can get this in the Pale Heart as one of the focusable weapons, in the sense of you could trade in your 4 engrams for a guaranteed red border if you have that unlocked, which you should at this point. That's if you haven't played that yet. I mean, if you haven't played yet, that's obviously something different. But now let's also go with the auto rifle that will never really truly be defeated because of just how useful it is. The No Hesitation. It's the support frame, that's what I was talking about. And it has a great set of perks that really were cooking with this one. So obviously you have your standard array of barrels. no need for me to go over them all again because I think the barrels really don't change from weapon to weapon. So let's go ahead, give it the increased stability because range doesn't really matter too much with this gun. Then let's go with the let's go with steady rounds. And here, look, you can do quite a few fun combos. Of course, you got Physic. Rapidly healing allies grants restoration to you and your ally, so a good way of keeping yourself safe. Subsistence. Defeating targets partially reloads the magazine from reserves. Defeating and you can also get the enhanced, which increases it even more, but we're not to that point yet. But subsistence, defeating targets, partially reloads the magazine from reserves, and since they're both primary ammo guns, they have endless amount of ammo in reserve for some reason. I don't know how that's even possible. I remember back in Destiny 1 that wasn't the case, and it wasn't even the case in the early days of Destiny 2 either. So, I mean, I'm not complaining either. It's pretty cool. So let's go ahead. Since I'm not really going to be playing with allies, I'm just going to go with subsistence. And you could do subsistence incandescence. Defeating targets spreads scorch to those nearby. More powerful combatants and opposing guardians cause scorch in a larger radius. And you also have attrition orbs. You got frenzy. You have disruption break. You also have circle of life, which is by far the best perk to have, especially if you want to play like the combat medic role. If you want to do combat, you do physic and circle of life. You also have desperate measures, and you also have surrounded. I'm going to go with incandescent on my roll for now. There we go. Equip that. And now it's time for us to put these weapons to the test, shall we? Portal. Just your standard fanfare. And you know what, while we wait...
It's a relatively simple assignment, this. I hope you won't be bored.
Just the opposite, Devrim. After dealing with the anomaly, time travel, and advanced metaphysics, a straightforward mission sounds refreshing.
If I'm already going to be dealing with the most wanted, might as well go full throttle with him. There we go. It's taken care of. Just give me a quick second here. Just want to clear out the area a little bit. I got something. I'm not gonna lie, there's actually also the kind of music I listen to when I'm just mindlessly going through a dungeon. Because let's face it, nowadays dungeons are pretty simple, aside from maybe the new one. And I mean, there is that Zodiac lock set that everyone hates, and I understand why, because it's like, no matter what you do, you are not able to clear that in a decent amount of time. By far, one of my favorite weapon perks is Subsistence, so... And don't let, like, my numbers be like the is-all, end-all for these weapons, because I know everyone has like a different stat setup for their character. I mean, this is the stat set for my character. I mostly spec'd into Grenade and Super for my Warlock here, because the Warlock does have a few just like one-tap supers, so I want to make sure those deal as much damage as possible. And of course the buddies, they act like grenades, like their damage is classed as grenade damage, so that's why I have high grenade stat, so that my little turrets do as much work as possible. And they save my rear end more times than I care to count, so Cosmodrome. I remember the good old Destiny 1 days. I heard rumors they're going to be like porting Destiny 1 to PC, but it might just be a rumor.
Objectives complete. That made him angry.
Oh, not bad. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. Okay, that's just dust. Okay, anyway, yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. We got a little Xur review. He's not selling a deep set harmonizer this time, which is upsetting, but what you gonna do about it? There ain't much you can do about it. So, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video there, and I will go ahead and set this up on the good old tube.
Sectors have been changing hands thick and fast. Nobody's been able to hold them for long.